Yeah, hi, I'm Paul O'Brien, Chief Executive Officer of EasiYo. Very pleased to be here today. We're riding high on our recent awards at the New Zealand Cargo Exporter of the Year in the under 35 million category. We won that with against some stiff competition. Really pleased to have won it, particularly for our customers offshore, for our staff offshore. We've got a big team in the UK, a smaller team in Australia, and some 60 odd people in New Zealand. Very passionate about exporting dairy or value-added dairy out of New Zealand. 80% of our $30 million sales goes offshore, so we're a significant exporter. We've got huge growth opportunities, in particular because Asians and Europeans really appreciate our dairy options, particularly the protein, the probiotic nature of yoghurt, and all the other attributes that go with yoghurt as a nutritional option. So, very excited about our future growth. Well, the company, it wasn't me personally, but the company many years ago started with Australia, where I guess most fledgling Kiwis head off to, and they started in grocery there, FMCG, with Coles and Woolworths. And today we sell about $10 million to Coles and Woolworths and a few other little customers. So yeah, Australia is the normal launch pad. But notwithstanding that, before people go to Australia, they've got to be good in their own country. You know, you've got to have a competency locally before you take off. So I suspect that at that stage, EasiYo would have been doing quite well in progressive and in foodstuffs. And having done well there, I guess they saw Coles and Woolies as the next big step. Yeah, we do actually. In fact, UK's been successful for a number of years. It's our biggest market at well over $10 million. We've got a sales and distribution branch in the Midlands, 16 odd staff up there. And that's been very successful, although at low levels of penetration, because there's 60 million people in the UK, so our $10 million is scratching the surface. Although we're very pleased to be launching in John Lewis, which is a very premium department store, and we've got some great premium niche distribution in England, but we're not in grocery. We don't want to be in grocery right now because we get far better presence and far better demonstration and margins, of course, being in premium niche. Now, because of our success in the UK, it has allowed us to springboard into Europe. So last year we selected Italy as our first country to have a crack at, for two reasons. One is Italians are big yoghurt eaters, one of the biggest in Europe. But more importantly, we had a friend in Italy who had been exposed to EasiYo in the UK. He had very favourable experiences with selling EasiYo. So he was pulling the product from Italy, so that made a big difference. Now, right today, I'd say we've been absolutely successful. We're well over $1 million from nothing. So yeah, Europe's underway. The invasion of Europe started, and Holland is next, because we've got people in Holland who are very big yoghurt eaters, are busting to have a go. And outside that, we've got Asia, which is a tremendously interesting place. Sandra and I run that because it's a really tricky place to do business, easy to lose money. And we're passionate about Asia because they are so interested in our protein and our dairy and our quality, our credibility, the lactobacillus story that resonates with them because they love drinking yoghurt. And Asia's small for us, but huge potential, but possibly bigger than Europe. So we're excited about that. 2 or 3 fundamentals are: firstly, be good in your own country. In other words, cut your teeth in your own country, get your core competencies going in your own country, understand your USPs, your unique selling proposition. So have a very clear strategic thrust of understanding what you're doing. So be clear what your differentiator is, that's first. Secondly, I'd work with trade and enterprise. I mean, trade and enterprise are good people. They will work with small people as well as large, and they're very good at giving value-added services, often for nothing, and they're great at getting little guys going. And we were small ones, and all exporters start tiny, and they want that leg up. They want the confidence, some research in Australia, for example, or Asia. And Trade Enterprise are good people, and I've used them for 20 years and value enormously the performance they do. The other thing about exporting is it's no silver bullet. It's hard work. It needs a lot of careful planning, particularly supply chain. So in other words, some Kiwis have been naive, and they take their cell phone and briefcase and they shoot off expecting an order. It's never that easy. It's about relationships, about going back and back and back. It's also about investing in a country. You just can't rock up and get an order. It's about strategic planning. It's about investing in your brand, and it's about being patient. Not just shooting over and doing a whiz-bang presentation, hoping for an order, and then shooting back again. That's naive. And if people want to do that, then they'll be disappointed. It's a long term, it's hard graft, and it's but the rewards are enormous. The fun you can have and the successes you can have are enormous if you put in the hard yards.